Hey, welcome back to the farm. As you can see, it's been about a month. We are getting ready to do some more work in the fields. We have at least one more field we need to get cleared out, and then kind of figure out what we're doing from there. Also, we're starting to get some wool from these guys. Now, I hadn't really planned on having sheep, but as you can see, we kind of inherited them. So we've got them. I just put some grass in for them. Now we do need to check on. We still have these cows down here, and I don't really know what's going on with them. I guess they're gonna need some grass, so we may need to cut some grass so we can feed them. Because I had planned to harvest that other field today, but now it's starting to rain, so I'm not sure how long the rain's gonna last. What we might do is go up and mow the other field so we can get some food in here for these guys. As you can see, they are diminishing because they haven't had food. There's still some in here, but we haven't had nearly what we should have had in here for food. So we do need to get that taken care of. Overall they're doing okay, but I want to get to bed. So yeah, see, this was. I don't know if these cows are even, to be honest with you. I have not looked at the health on them or anything else, so we'll have to look at that. In the meantime, I think what we're going to do is, I think we're going to get a mower. I sold the one we had because I didn't like it, and I want to get a baler. And we might lease some stuff because while I don't like to do that, then most of the time, I think it might be a good way to go for right now. We can lease them for a couple of months, and then we can turn them back in and work contracts and stuff through the winter, and then buy them in the spring, maybe. But what I'm thinking of doing is, I do still have the mower. I could have swore I sold that. Okay, well I still have it, so we'll need a baler though anyway. But what I'm thinking of is this grass field up here. We own this grass field and we haven't done anything with it. So let's hop on up here and take a look, see. Hopefully this rain won't last. I don't know. It looks like it's supposed to clear off. It's so unpredictable, you just never know. See what we got going on here. So see, we've got, this is all ready to go. This is actually really good, nice grass field. All right, so let's get our mower, and I guess we'll do that first. We'll get the mower and we'll come up and mow this, and then we can kind of figure out after that what we're gonna do. I don't want to pick it up loose. The storage is a pain, and the other problem we have is we don't have a lot of storage. So since we don't have a silo system on the map yet, but it also takes so much dang time. I would just as soon just bale it up and be done with it. Plus then we could turn some of it into silage if we wanted to. Make silage bales with it. Alright. This will put this weight down so we can put that on the plow. Finally got my wheel and stuff set back up, and I don't know how it's going to be with this microphone. I'm not sure yet if there's going to be any noise from it, so we'll have to just see how it goes. Let me know if it's loud and annoying on your end. Hopefully it won't be, but Just no way to know. There's no way to know for sure on my end. We should be able to cut this in the rain. I don't know. Probably want to let it lay for a little while and dry before we bale it, but we'll see how it goes. It's like everything. Everything's a kind of a shooting match, you know. You got to figure out what's going to happen if you do this or that or the other thing, you know. I'm going to cut a little around the edge of this field because there's grass out here, and it makes it a little easier to make the corners. So if everyone's having a good week, my week was kind of but you know, I mean, it wasn't terrible. It could have been a lot worse. Hopefully I get back to some more farming this weekend as well, so who knows, might get a couple of videos out this week. Anybody playing this map in their own games yet, or are you interested in playing it? I know it's interesting because like I found out that there's a lot of things with the DLC that you can incorporate into other maps that are, you know, previously like mod maps and stuff. And a lot of it is not real hard to do. You would just have to have the DLC to play with those things. So I don't know, it'd be interesting to see where people take that. I've heard some rumors already from some of the other modding folks that they're looking at ways to make boats work and all kinds of things in different maps. We're into September now, and I have to look at the map, sorry, the calendar for this area for September, October, see I don't think we're going to be able to plant too much before spring, unless we plant something that's going to go through the winter, come up in the spring. So, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure yet, I got to look at that. Let's see if we can get some. Oh, you know what? I don't have GPS in this tractor. Let's just see if we can get a worker to do this for us here, if it'll mow it. And then we can go down and get a baler from the shop. While this guy's doing this. I'm thinking of staying with the small bales like what we've already seen on here. You know, the ones that are down by the barn already. Uh, Small baler's pretty inexpensive. It's pretty easy to work with. And I have one in here that's actually got a trailer that you pull behind it and toss the bales onto. So that could be kind of a convenience, you know, instead of having to drive around afterward and pick them all up. Alright, let's leave that guy to that. Oh, we waited too long on this field. Daggone it. I should have done it the other day. Okay, well, that's going to change our plans for this field. I guess we're going to have to mow this one down, not mow it down, but plow it under, because it's all withered now. Dang that tree. Yeah, my plan was to harvest that today, but I guess we'll plow it today instead. Well, let's pop down and see if the shop is open yet. I'm on the wrong side of the road, aren't I? It just struck me. Oh gosh. I'm also gone the wrong direction. The shop is back there. Oh gosh. Oh, I figured. Sorry, I know you're an important person and places to be, but guess what? Your top is down in the middle of a rainstorm. You can't be that bright. Oh, let's see. Well, we needed to go down one more. This backward road stuff is making me a little bit confused. Look, you know, this is why I never played a lot of UK maps, because I always had trouble with that whole concept of making sure I was on the right side of the road, or the proper side of the road, I should say, and all that. So we just laugh about it and we won't tell anybody. Let's see. Eventually, I want to get this baler with uh, the collector that goes with it, but right now it's a little more money than I want to spend. I was thinking we could do the square baler, and then we get the bale trailer that goes with it. Let's see. Let's shoot. We don't want to drop them. Let's hay rack bale shoot. There we go. Sure, we'll put some lights on her. Standard twine, empty, standard twine. We'll use standard twine. Okay, so we're going to lease these because we're not probably not going to use them long term, especially now that that field is withered. We will at some point need to pick up a set that we can keep at the farm. Now, let's see. Where the heck would that trailer be? I'm trying to remember. Let's say it's up here with the... flatbeds, maybe? Let me look. Nope, not in there. It's specifically a bale trailer, so it's... But we don't have, like, see, we don't have a bale trailer area. Do we? Maybe I'm not looking at the right place. Seeding, combine harvesting, forage harvesting, grassland. I don't think it's in here, but no, it's not. Consumables, grassland care, transport. There we go. Head rack, triangle, yeah, we'll leave that. We'll leave the wood color alone. I don't know what that means. Pre-76 and post-76. Well, I wonder what the difference is. I don't see a lot of difference, really. I don't know. It's probably some minor little thing. Maybe it's stickers or something, or who knows. But all right, let's lease that. Oh gosh. The weather's getting nasty. We might not get much of anything to do. Well, I feel like that's backward. Is that? What is happening here? Oh, I see. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love hooking this thing up because it's not easy. But yeah, we can do it. We'll figure it out. We'll get it done. Oh, it gave me it easily this time. That's cool. This little tractor's like, that's heavy, I don't like it. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Keep going. And it's empty too, so I can't imagine how heavy it's going to be with bales on it. We might have to use the the New Holland. This tractor might not have enough power for this combination. I wouldn't have thought that would have been the case, but it certainly feels like it. Alright, we're going to cut up through the yard, and I probably will regret this because of the length of all this stuff, but... Yep, I knew that was going to happen. Well, Grandpa's standing over there going, what the crap are you doing, boy? There's another way to get up there, but you would have had to go. We would have had to come in around and make a hard turn around that. I just didn't. I mean, this road right here, and then up you go. And I guess we could have done that. I just didn't think about it at the time. All right, here we go. You think we'll make it up the hill? Any bets? I need to get a little workshop shed on the farm here so that we can start dealing with the adding things like the GPS and stuff to these tractors, because I haven't been able to get that done yet. I keep forgetting to do it when I'm at the shop down there. Alright, let's see. So that's gonna unfold that. We're gonna go lower it and turn it on. Alright, let's see what happens here. This is supposed to auto-load the trailer, but who knows if it actually does. It's a cool looking little rig though, if it works right. It'd be nice to have around the farm. Might be worth just buying this one. Corner. Yeah, we gotta do something different with this. Oh, you know what we could do? Hold on. Let's go to steering mode, control Y. There we go. Let's try all-wheel steering. That might help. Oh yeah, look at, we're getting bales back there. Nice. It's actually working pretty good. Pretty impressed. Oops. Wandering all over the place. This is one of those things, though, you know, getting the lineup just right on this, because it sits out to the side like that. This is where I need the that GPS with the offset. I'm telling you. Or maybe I just need to learn to drive better. I don't know. It could be a whole other thing in and of itself. Kind of wish it would just run straight behind me, but I don't think you can leave it folded like that. Let's see what would happen if I did that. Nah, it won't fold up. Not when it's running. Maybe just follow this edge. If we can stay on this edge, we'll be okay, and just keep picking it up. And it might have almost been worth raking it into a few less rows too, but guy running that mower's going like crazy up and down those rows, though, isn't he? He's making some time. I'm not quite sure what's happening here. I don't know why when I mowed this it left this kind of gravelly dirt around it. Unless that's what's underneath the grass that was outside of the field. Well, that could be. It could have been. It probably was, actually, now that I think about it. Look at all those bales piling up in that mirror. Yeah, this will be a good setup for us because we'll have a lot more small bales and we won't have so much to worry about trying to squeeze in, find a place for. I do have a couple of storage, I guess you'd call them spots. They're for bales, but you put them down and then you can put the bales into them, and it works like the storage buildings, but it stores the bales outside. Now the only thing is, once they're stored in there, I think they're protected from the elements and stuff with, because they're inside the storage. But I don't know for sure if it would cause any problems with wintertime or anything. Oh, maybe an experiment we have to try and see what's what with it. Comes the mower again. That guy's just getting some. I don't think he was going to let me go by. I think he's in a mad hurry. Which is fine by me because I'm paying him by the hour, so, you know, the sooner it gets done, the more money it saves me. Yeah, I feel like, see, we got quite a bit of missed up here. I may have to come back and rate this up and just make sure we get all the extra up. Or we'll leave it down for the next cut. Who knows? So I've yet to do too much with the fishing, other than I did play with the fishing a little bit with a rod and reel, and it seems like it's pretty good. The system works pretty well, and it's cool that it works on other maps, so you can fish on pretty much any map that has water on it if you have the DLC. So that's kind of cool. I was playing with a trigger the other day, trying to set it up so you could use the pond on my map as a place to raise fish and harvest them to sell, and I think I got it working. I think this is pretty close to working anyway, so we'll see if that works out. It'd be kind of cool, right? Instead of having to put in those goofy buildings with the ponds in them, you could just use the pond I already have there. Wouldn't even have to change the map, just put down some triggers. It's basically just a the way it works, it's basically just a factory. You put materials in and get materials out, so I think you could adapt it to use it just about anywhere. And as long as you have the DLC in your folder in your game, you'll have all the necessary components to do it. So kind of cool. It even gave me some places to sell the fish already built into the map. So I think they did that with the last DLC too, where some of the things automatically got categorized. So it didn't matter which map you were on, there was always a place to sell stuff. I don't know, for people who aren't modders, it can be a little confusing sometimes how it all works in the background, but it's essentially it's a pretty straightforward system, and it uses a lot of categories and fill types and that kind of stuff. So if they're included somewhere and like in a DLC and then coded to show up in the main game, in the base game, then it's really not hard to figure out what those fill types are, or how you can use different components of what's out there already. They won't give us the map. They won't unlock that map until probably the next game. which is kind of a bummer. I wish they would give us the DLC map, open it up so we as modders, we could get to it. They don't do that. They always keep that behind a locked wall. It's too bad because it would give a lot of resources for modders to make more of these kinds of maps. But maybe that's why they don't. Maybe they want it to stand by itself for a while, for the first so many, I don't know, whatever, months or whatever. Giants has their own way of things, you know. It's hard to tell sometimes what they're doing, why they're doing it. But and that's not me complaining. That's just that's what I've noticed over the years. It's just you might think it would be better a different way, but they have their own way of doing things. So you kind of just have to go with it. Even when I think I'm getting all this grass, I am missing some grass. I can see that. Probably have to rake it. Make sure we get it all. Or just come back with the baler. Probably that's what I'll do, is just come back with the baler. Oh god, he's gonna hit us. Oh, I knew it. He's trying to kill me. Come on, man, let go. This was not cool. Oh gosh, here we go. He's in way too much of a hurry. I'm not going to hire him again. I'm going to find another driver next year. Anybody looking for a job mowing hay? You know, speaking of that very thing, I was considering my options as far as like what I want to do this year with kind of going forward, if I want to try to put a server back up or any of that kind of thing. So if it's if anybody that's watching any of these videos and is interested in playing on a server, you know, let me know. Give me a holler. Pop over to Discord or shoot me or you can just leave a comment or send me a message or whatever. Just like I said, just kind of trying to figure out where I'm going to go with all this. I really do miss multiplayer. I really enjoyed multiplayer for a long time, and I haven't been able to play multiplayer in a while. I think I've got enough computer and internet and all that to be able to do it again. But it's just I don't want to spend the money on a server if people don't want to play on it, you know. Yeah, I like this little setup. This is a nice setup. This works good. Feeds the bales over and drops them on the trailer, and then they get stacked up from there. It's pretty good, actually. Okay, so we're gonna get this guy. Take this guy off the field. Maybe we will. There we go. This obviously needs to go to the shop. That's the other mod that I have in here that I have found really fun is it's the advanced damage, and it really is cool because it does a lot of fun things like what you just saw. It just does. It can affect the vehicle. You have to have it inspected every so often, and then repairs made, and there's a lot of pieces to it, but it's a really interesting mod. And this has never been inspected and repaired, so it's gonna need it. Just wasn't hoping to do it right now. Alright, let's go back up here. It takes some time too. You have to drop it off and leave it, and then it'll take, I don't know, like sometimes as much as a day or two for you to get the vehicle inspected to figure out what's wrong with it, what needs to be repaired. I don't play with a lot of mods, but there's the ones that I do play with they tend to be a lot of realism mods. It's funny because there was a time when I would play with the goofiest stuff I could find, the stuff that was the craziest mods out there. And then I just kind of got to this point where I was like, you know, I don't want to play that way anymore. I want to play, you know, just a regular basic, hey, let's go do some farming. And then I started getting into realism mods a lot. Alright, I'm going to go around the other end and we're going to start going up and down these roads. What we should do is, I probably should go down there and grab a couple of bales and take them down to the cows so they at least have some. But they've got the stuff in the grass in the pen, so they should be okay. At least for now. nice trees up here too we could cut if we needed any lumber. Lumber's one of those things, right? So, I mean, if you're gonna do any of the placeables that get built, you would need lumber. I don't even know if we have a sawmill on, I assume we have a sawmill on the map. I don't know where it would be. I haven't looked yet. Gosh, this thing likes to wander. I don't know. About that trailer is only about half full. Yeah, I feel like they're going to go up and down all these rows, and I almost wonder if it'd be better off to grab a rake and pull them together. Because they're so close together that that's one reason I don't like just running just that front mower, because you end up with these really narrow rows, and it just takes a lot of extra time this way. I mean, if you don't have any place to be or anything else to do, not a big deal, but if you're trying to get certain things done, see how, I mean, the other thing is they're really spread out. Like they're not a tight windrow. It's just kind of it's a windrow, but it's not a super tight one. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but. It's weird. I keep drifting back across over there, and I don't know why that's doing that. Because It's like the tractor's pulling and I don't know why. I don't know if it's the baler pulling it that direction or what's going on. I keep turning it back and it drifts back, and I turn it back and it drifts back, and I'm like, what the hell is happening here? There we go, that's a little better. Yeah, I don't really know what's causing that. I'll have to play with it a little bit, see if I can figure out why it's doing that. So we got quite a lot of grass here to pick up yet. We've got quite a few bales on the wagon. We could spend the whole rest of the episode doing this, and you would just all you'd see is baling. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna stop here up here in the field, and I'm gonna let this sit while I grab a plow and the New Holland, and we'll plow that other field under. It's no good to us the way it is, so I guess we'll get it plowed up, and then we can kind of figure out if we're gonna plant it this year or not. But I think we'll start there with that, and we'll continue on. So I'm gonna shut this off. We'll leave this up here for now. It's okay where it's at. And let's go find our other. This is the other tractor I was looking for. So we don't need this, but we do need a plow, and I know we don't have one, so we're gonna have to go down and get one. Which is fine, because anything we have here would be, it would probably be an old style plow, and I don't really want to use that. I'd rather use like a box plow. Let's go see what we can find. This thing needs a bath. Daddy. Alright, we'll go down to the store. And what time is it? 11:25. They should still be open. Yeah, that's the other mod I have in here. There's one in here for the store hours and stuff. So, the hours will change. You'll have break times, and you'll have the shop closed at night and things. So again, they're basically, almost all of my mods are like this. They're just things that make the game a little more realistic in terms of, you know, basic everyday how you would have to get through the day. And I'm driving on the wrong side of the road again. Dang it. Oh god, I'm gonna keep doing that, you know that, right? It's not gonna change. No matter how many times I do it, I'm gonna just keep doing it because it's me. What do you want? Okay, let's see what we can find. Let's see, so we... Yeah, I mean, you could probably just cultivate it, to be honest, but I'm wondering if it'd be better to plow it because it's all withered. Let's see what we got for cultivators, though, if we got anything. Well, that's too big. That one's too big. would probably have to be something, you know, in a smaller size. I don't want to go too small either. Let's see what we got in here. We get the mulcher tiller, which would give us something that would plow it, but also mulch that material. And I suspect we would get. I think you get a bonus from mulching it too. So I'm trying to remember now. I have to go back through all those things. Let's you know what? Let's get this one. Let's put it on a finance. Instead of leasing it, let's finance it, and then at some point it'll be paid off. All right, so let's do that. Hopefully we can pull that with this tractor. We should be able to. It's not that big. I just don't know what the power rating was, and I didn't think to check. I just bad habit at not checking that kind of stuff. Nope. I was like, can we do it? Can we do it? It's hard to do in the mirrors on these. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I am sitting way too high in this tractor. I would never sit this high in a tractor. I think there's another mod for that too, to let you adjust your position. Pretty sure I have it in one of my save games. I'll have to look and see if I still have it. It just gives you a little better perspective because you're sitting a little lower and a little further back. A big grass field right here on the side of us. We don't own that, but that's a nice big grass field. Gonna sneak in here. Oh, maybe I'm not. What did I hit? That's not good. Is there a tree there? No? That's weird. It's very strange that the tractor went through there, but the implement wouldn't. Ah, well. So strange. I guess I just assumed that since the tractor would, that the implement would as well. Alright, let me jump out and move the harvester. I'll have to get this one done over here as well, but I want to do this other one first because it's all withered. Oh yeah, this works nice. Gives it a plowed texture, but I think it's mulching it as well as plowing it. I don't know if this tractor's gonna have enough power for it though. Look, don't make me go buy a John Deere, okay? I will if I have to. This farm will turn really green really fast though if I start doing that. This is probably my favorite tractor in the game is the John Deere's. And, you know, we have a lot of them here. We have a dealer right around the corner from my house. So I'm very familiar with them. And I think that's probably part of why I find them my go-to in the game. We do have a New Holland, some New Holland tractors around here too. I see a lot of those. But I very seldom see any of the case stuff in this area. It's interesting. It's a really interesting area because there's a lot of farmland that surrounds me, and we have it's a lot of soy and a lot of corn. This year, a good percentage of the soy has gone unharvested. It's still sitting in the fields, and I don't know if it it looks to me like it's well beyond ready. I just think that there's not a market for it. I heard kind of uh, like I don't have any details on it, but I had kind of heard that there was a lot of back and forth because with the tariffs, the Chinese market kind of stopped buying soy from the U.S. and of course that's one of our biggest um, customers, I guess, one of the biggest buyers. But I don't know if that's what's affecting it here or not, but there's an awful lot of soy that is just sitting in fields here that's not been harvested. You know, here we are into the beginning of November, so it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Was there a problem with the field, or is it there's no market for it? You know, but even at that, the other thing that I had heard is that um, getting any farm insurance right now is tough because of the shutdown. I don't know if that's true or not, but crop insurance, I guess it is. Kind of a double-edged sword at that point, you know. I mean, what do you do? Even some of the corn didn't get harvested around us too, and I was really surprised by that because that's something you just don't normally see here. Alright guys, well listen, I'm going to finish this field up and then I'm going to finish picking up that grass, get all those bales picked up, and then when I see you again we'll kind of have a game plan for what we're going to do next. Hopefully, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's going to be too early, too late to excuse me, to plant anything, so we may end up having to do some contracts and some other stuff to get through the winter. But I'm learning as much as anybody about this general area of the world. I don't know that much about what their agriculture is like here, so we'll do some research and we'll get back together in another day or two, and we'll go from there. Thanks for joining me this evening, and make sure you come on over and check out the Discord if you get a chance. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, to hit the like button. If you're not already following the channel, it'd be great if you would subscribe. And yeah, check out any links that are in the show notes below. If you have any questions or you any comments that you think, suggestions you think would be good or whatever, feel free to put them in the comments. I do read them. So, alright guys, well, we'll see you next time.